Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking something, well, pretty electrifying, sitting right where finance, digital assets, and even politics collide.
Uh-huh.
The New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE. They've proposed a rule change to list something totally new.
Yeah, it's called the Trump Media BTC-ETH Fund, and it's definitely causing a stir.
A big stir. And for good reason, it seems.
Well, what's really fascinating, I think, is just how groundbreaking the product itself is. We've seen Bitcoin ETFs, sure, Ether EPF filings too.
Right, those single asset ones.
Exactly. But this one, it's designed from the ground up to hold both Bitcoin and Ether.
All together. Wow.
Yeah, and this isn't just, talk. It's a formal rule change proposal from the NYSE itself.
Okay, so it's serious. It's in the pipeline.
Very serious. It could land on the SEC's desk, maybe within weeks for a final look. The push behind it feels pretty significant.
And you've nailed the financial uniqueness there. That's key. But like you said, it's not just happening in a financial bubble, is it?
No, definitely not.
There's this vocal political backing from Donald Trump.
Right. Explicitly.
So that's our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? To untangle this. Why this filing? Why is it getting so much buzz, especially with that political angle?
Yeah, what does it really signal? For the markets, for regulation.
And for politics, too. People are asking, is it a political move, a real finance shift towards crypto? Or maybe both.
Could be a blend. It's complex.
Let's dig into that first of its kind bit first. Why Bitcoin and Ether, specifically those two together?
Good question.
What's the strategy? You've got Bitcoin digital gold, people call it, and Ether powering DeFi, smart contracts, all that Web3 stuff.
Well, it's definitely strategic. Pairing Bitcoin, the big one by market cap, store of value narrative, with Ether, which is more that innovation engine, it gives investors this diversified exposure to the two main crypto players.
So it's about diversification for maybe more traditional investors?
Exactly. For institutions, wealth managers, this multi-asset thing is appealing. They often prefer diversification to lessen that wild single asset volatility we see in crypto.
Right. Makes sense.
And a fund like this, maybe with that name recognition attached, it could bring in capital that's been sitting on the sidelines, simplifies things for them.
Okay, but the regulation must be tricky. We hear rule change, SEC's desk.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean for a dual asset fund like this?
It's intense, yeah. The regulatory side is huge.
More complex than the Bitcoin ETFs we saw approved.
Absolutely. This rule change proposal, that's the NYSE, basically asking the SEC, can we list and trade this new thing? It's a critical step.
Okay.
And unlike the single asset spot ETFs, this dual structure, it brings up new questions for the SEC. How do you handle custody for two different assets? How do you value them reliably inside one fund? What about the risk of them moving together or differently?
Correlation risk, yeah.
Precisely. And market manipulation concerns, but now across two different markets, Bitcoins and Ethers.
So the fact that a major exchange is pushing this so hard, maybe to the SEC in weeks, that says something.
It suggests a powerful institutional will, definitely.
Okay, let's shift to that political dimension then. It's impossible to ignore. Donald Trump's been talking more about crypto lately.
He has, yeah.
What does him backing this specific fund signal about crypto and politics, especially with an election cycle heating up?
This is where it gets really interesting, I think, for the bigger picture. It's not just keeping crypto in the news.
Right.
His direct endorsement is, well, it's a significant signal, maybe trying to rally crypto holders.
Yeah.
A demographic that might feel politically homeless sometimes.
Huh. So it forces the issue a bit.
It could do. It might push other candidates to get clearer on where they stand.
Yeah.
Makes crypto potentially a bigger election issue than before.
It's quite the mix, isn't it? A major exchange, the top two cryptos, and a very well-known political figure.
It's a headline generator for sure. Remember the debate just around the Bitcoin ETFs?
Oh.
Now imagine a dual asset fund with this kind of political tie-in.
Yeah.
It's pretty uncharted territory. Blending finance in a specific political brand like this.
So after this deep dive, let's try and boil it down. For you, the listener, try and make sense of all this. What does it all mean? What are the biggest takeaways?
Okay, connecting the dots. I see two main things here. First, this filing. It's a strong signal of growing mainstream, maybe institutional, demand for multi-asset crypto products.
Not just Bitcoin anymore.
Right. It's about diversified, easier to access exposure, shows the market's maturing, seeking more sophisticated ways to invest in digital assets.
And the second thing?
The second is, with that political backing involved, it keeps crypto firmly in the political spotlight. especially heading into the U.S. election.
Impossible to separate now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So this specific filing, it's not just another fun proposal. It really sets a precedent for other blended products, maybe, and definitely for this direct link between finance products and political branding.
That's a really powerful point on precedent, a trailblazer, like you said. So what does this bold move, this mix of digital assets, Wall Street, and politics, tell us about what might be next?
Yeah.
What other kinds of convergence or maybe even disruption could we see down the road as these worlds keep, bumping into each other? It makes you wonder, doesn't it?